Hi guys, my name is Tomcat and welcome back to Forza Horizon 4 where we're going to be going over everything that you need to know about the next update, which is Series 8, which is coming very, very soon. Specifically, tomorrow, April 9th. Now, the reason why I say that is because that is when all of these updates seem to have been getting released is on the Tuesday. So, with that being said, we probably won't see a lot of these changes actually happen in-game until the new season comes on Thursday. So, all of that being said and out of the way, what we really need to talk about is the fact that the Barrett-Jackson car pack is coming to the game, because a lot of those cars were much more suited for Horizon than they were for Motorsport, in my opinion, and I think they'll be much more at home in an open world, especially the Bronco. I mean, dude, that thing was never intended to go on a racetrack, and so I have no clue why it ended up in Motorsport before it ended up in Horizon, but regardless, it's coming, and so are all the rest of them, and I can't wait to get my hands on them. So let's go over some of the highlights real quick. Now, your rewards are going to be the Alfa Romeo Giulia Forza Edition and the Ford Crown Vic for the entire series. The Alfa Giulia Forza Edition is going to be your 50% for the whole series, and the Crown Vic is going to be your 80%. For Autumn, it's going to be 50% is going to be the 599XX Evo, and 80% is going to be the 280 SL. And the Plymouth Fury, which is new to the game, is going to be the seasonal championship reward. Now, wintertime for 50% in wintertime is going to be the 67 Chevelle, and 80% is going to be the Lykan Hypersport. And then your trial reward is the Gurkha, if you don't already have the Gurkha. I mean, some people do. I do, for example. A lot of people do, but some people don't. And it's kind of one of those things where if you've been having a lot of trouble getting certain cars, this will be a way for you to get them through dedicated progression. So, moving on to spring, we've got 50% being the 09 Vauxhall Corsa, which Black Panther, I'm sure, is very happy about. We've got 80% being the Easter Bunny outfit, which, to be fair, I mean, it's kind of an odd thing, but they do like to add these funny, weird things. Now, to be fair, no matter what your opinions are on character customization and whether or not you think it belongs in a Forza game, I think it's cool that they're doing that just for the sheer comedy of it. And the Lancia Delta is going to be your seasonal championship reward. Now, moving on to summer, we have a 50% reward being a brand new car to the Forza series, and that is the Mercedes AMG GT 4, which is basically an AMG GT that's been stretched, and they've added some doors. And that car is very, very cool, and it's a really interesting car. I'm just not sure how many people are going to use it. I mean, I'm definitely going to try it out, but I don't know if it's going to be dedicated for any specific type of racing or not, because I don't know yet if it's going to be good at anything, if that makes any sense. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fast, but I don't know if it's going to be a good grip car, and I don't know if it's going to be a good drift car either, so it's definitely something that we'll have to take a look at. Now, your 80% completion for summer is going to be the Hot Wheels Twin Mill, and the reward for the seasonal championship will be the Mercedes-Benz X-Class pickup truck, which is a brand new addition to the Forza series. Now, let's take a break from talking about all of those season-related things and just talk about the main thing that I'm excited for, and I think that the community should be excited for surrounding this update. Now, to be fair, I'm not telling you what to be excited for, but if you are into drifting, which a lot of the people that watch my Forza videos are, unless you're into drag racing, which a lot of people that watch my Forza videos are as well, the Drift Adventure. Oh my god, the Drift Adventure is going to be amazing. It's going to be such a cool new thing and a cool new concept that I think it's going to be a blast for everybody. Now, imagine online adventure, right? Imagine online adventure with a bunch of, literally just a bunch of different drift courses where everybody that's in the race is not necessarily ghosted, but ghosted if you try to crash into somebody. So there's no vehicle-to-vehicle contact. Contact is off. Collisions are off. But that, I think, is going to be a nice thing because it'll be a lot less griefable. Now, also in Drift Adventure, there are going to be rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive Drift Adventures. However, they are not intermixed, which is a good thing because that will eliminate, the people that come in with like a 1,000,000 horsepower all-wheel drive car that are just going to throw it 90 degrees everywhere and rack up a bajillion points. But they are going to have some some Drift Adventure series that will be all-wheel drive. So if you want to be active in the Drift Adventure series, or really kind of active across the board, you are going to have to build yourself an all-wheel drive drift car. So for me, I don't really do all-wheel drive drifting. I like my rear-wheel drive. I think it's realistic enough, and it gets the job done for me as far as the fun factor goes. However, I know that people that want to go for like massive leaderboard scores in Horizon, they're going to use all-wheel drive. I mean, like, that's just the way it works. So I think in some ways, you know, if you've only done rear-wheel drive, like if you're diehard rear-wheel drive and you've been doing rear-wheel drive only for years, I think now might be the time to where if you want to stay actively engaging online, you may need to build yourself an all-wheel drive drift car just to kind of make up for the time between the rear-wheel drive drift events in Drift Adventure. So that is definitely something to think about, and I know there are going to be some people that are going to freak out about it. They're going to be like, I don't want to build an all-wheel drive drift car. That's not drifting. But the way I see it, more features that are geared to drifting are a good thing, and if the only negative side effect that we get from it is the fact that we need to build maybe 1 or 2 all-wheel drive drift cars, I say that's a totally worth it trade, in my opinion. Now, something I'm actually very excited about, to go back and touch on something I talked about previously, is that Mercedes-Benz X-Class truck, because that thing is going to be really weird to drive, I think. Or, well, not necessarily weird, but it's going to be cool, it's going to be different, it's going to be quirky, and it's a new pickup truck. It's a new off-road vehicle that we'll be able to use in Horizon, and I love the fact that they're focusing on those, and I think it's a big deal. But something that's sure to make almost the entire community happy is the fact that wheel spacers are coming to about 100 more cars. That is a huge number. So chances are, if the car you wanted to put wheel spacers on didn't have the option to use them before, chances are it will now. Now, I'm sure that there are going to be cars like, for example, vintage cars or race cars or certain things that just don't need to have the wheels spaced out that are not going to have access to wheel spacers. But to be honest, this makes me confident that just about any street car is going to have the option for wheel spacers. Now, the only time I could see it not having the option is maybe if it was from some supercar manufacturer that didn't want their wheels moved. I mean, like, that's really the only thing I can think of. And let's also talk about Vauxhall Corsas for a second. No, not really. We've already talked about that thing enough. Another thing that you guys will be happy to know if you're into the customization aspect of the game, that new body kits are supposed to be getting added over the next few months. Now, there really isn't any information out there on what body kits these will be, but I'm sure that there'll be something Rocket Bunny or Liberty Walk or wide fender related in some way, shape, or form, because really, in this day and age, you can't really have a body kit without having wide fenders. I mean, you can, but I say that in the sense of, like, when you hear body kit today, people just kind of assume that you're talking about something with fender flares. Now, one of the parts of the game that I am not very good at, but some of my followers are very good at, and will be very happy to know is coming, is the design editor is getting an update with layer masks. Now, if you know anything about Photoshop or even GIMP or anything like that, you'll know what a layer mask is, and it's basically, it allows you to take a shape and make it the body color of the car, and see that body color through any other decals that you put on the car's surface. So this is a very interesting thing because it will allow you to have a decal on the car be body color, even if the body color you're using is one of the weird, like, custom special colors. So this is definitely a feature that some people are not going to give a second glance to, but there are going to be, the people that are going to be interested in this update, in this little piece of the update, are going to really be all over it, in my opinion. So I think that this is going to genuinely be one of the best things that they could do to the game. I think for designers, this is going to be a massive, massive upgrade, and I think that they'll be able to expand their design catalog even further with these new abilities that they've got to try. And that upset me. The fact that BMW was just like, yeah, I'm going to turn now. right into my... I was going around him and everything. He was like, nope, you are getting a front bumper to the front bumper. Yeah, that was a little bit annoying. But this update promises to be very, very cool. I can't wait to start messing around with everything and really checking it out. There are a couple of other little things that they added as well. Specifically, Free Roam Rush is gone, and S2 Dirt is not going to be in the game anymore. But really, there are only a couple of other tiny little things that are coming to the game besides that. And I am so excited for this entire update that I think it's going to possibly be the best one they've done yet. So if you guys enjoyed that video, filling you in on everything that's coming with this new update, then make sure to click that like button. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought. Subscribe for more, and I will see y'all next time.